Men, just a reminder, don't ever feel guilty for cheating on your wife. It's her fault for being lazy and not pleasuring you.
On today's episode of TikTok Drama You Missed Because You Were Too Busy Having Your Real Job, I'll be covering Bonnie Blue. No, she's not a TikToker per se, but she has been all over everyone's feed because of her rage bait and very, very disturbing actions. I feel like every week we hear something worse. She went from sleeping with 1,057 men in one day to sleeping with barely legals and encouraging college boys to have relations with her, to say that barely legals turn her on, and now she wants to put on another kind of show, a petting zoo.
What challenges do you have next?
Bonnie Blue's petting zoo. I am going to be in a glass box, tied up, and it's going to be open for the public.
So the idea is, in my opinion, horrifying. She wants to be tied up in a glass box in the middle of London where people can come and do whatever they want to do to her. And lots of people have been seeing the similarity with Marina Abramovic social experiment.
You may have seen this comparison before, but this is Marina Abramovic, a Serbian artist who did an art installation in the 1970s where she had a bunch of items laid out on a table ranging from weapons to feathers to roses, with the premise that anyone could do whatever they wanted to her as long as she stayed still. And do you want to know what they did to her? It started out peaceful and nice, where they would give her a drink of water or hand her a rose. But eventually it began to devolve into more and more violent things. Men were cutting clothes off of her. At one point, they were cutting her skin with thorns.
So we can't know that something like that would happen at this petting zoo, but knowing what happened in this 1970 experiment, I can't fathom why someone would ever want to go through something like that. So back to Bonnie Blue, she recently went on an interview with Standout TV and had the most disturbing things to say. I think she really knows her audience, and she sees how very, very easy she can grow her popularity by rage baiting and transgressing every norm in a society.
At what point did you start creating the content that you create?
Coming up 2 years ago now.
She has only been in this sphere for 2 years. That's actually crazy. I can't really find any of her real accounts on any platform, most likely because she has been banned everywhere. But anyway, let's carry on.
Okay. So it's still not that long. I'm still very new to it.
And what were you doing previously?
Recruitment.
Okay, so from recruiter to the most, I'd say, troubling OF creator, that's a bit of a jump. Now, she gets on talking about her petting zoo and...
It's not. People aren't going to pay to go to a theatre and watch you get dug out by a million men. It's just not, it's not art.
I think you find my bank balance disagrees with what you've just said.
I'm saying they wouldn't put it in a theatre.
Well, I'm actually doing my own theatre next month.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Maybe you could come to that and you see the amount of men that pay to watch me be in a glass cage for 24 hours.
Let's take a moment of silence here. I shouldn't be surprised anymore, but this is reaching an all-time low, honestly.
But then you're exploiting children's bodies at the same time.
An 18-year-old's not a child's body.
Barely legal. They're still children. My nephew's 18. He's still a child.
I'll send him to me then.
No, I'd absolutely never do that.
Hopefully I'll find him in my queue one day.
Wow, that is so bold to say to her face. I know my auntie would have never been this calm if someone said that to her.
The women like to judge these men so heavily that Q and fuck me and everything else. No one's ever gone out of the way to ask them, how do you feel? Like, how does this make you feel? Or what's brought you here today?
That's a great point. I'm joking. I couldn't care less of why they're queuing to get to Bonnie. The sole fact that they're willing to spend hours and money because they're falling for the objectification of this girl is so deeply disgusting that I couldn't care less about their motivation, and I will be judging them. Any self-respecting man would never do that.
Because if they're not having sex with their partner, I will happily do it on repeat.
Why?
I don't discriminate whether you're married, 18 or 80. I'll take anybody.
You'd an old man.
Oh yeah, of course I would. Old men deserve. I mean, the wife might be dead.
So you really will just have sex with anybody in this whole world?
Okay, so it's kind of a brain rot at this point. The interview goes on, and I'll link it below for you guys if you want to check it out. But I want to talk about her getting banned from the very platform that got her where she is right now, OnlyFans.
Breaking news just in: Bonnie Blue's account on OnlyFans has officially been banned and taken down.
Her account has been taken down after she announced her petting zoo / glassbox idea, and what do you know, she very quickly cancelled this brilliant idea.
The petting zoo isn't going ahead.
I'm sure we'll be hearing more about Bonnie Blue in the future. She cannot stop rage baiting and people are falling for it over and over again.
Do you rage bait? Because you obviously don't care about the people that aren't subscribing to you in the way that you don't care if they think you're a predator. So are you trying to wind them up so that your videos get more, get seen by more people?
100%. Half the words I use is because I've seen it in the hate comments. I think I'm going to use that to promote my next video.
Anyway, I'll let you go back to the real world. Talk to you soon. Bye.